Hi everybody, and good morning and welcome back to my channel. Well, good morning for me. I just woke up. It is pretty early in the morning, but I guess maybe for you guys it may not be morning, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, as Truman would say on the Truman Show, right? In case I love that movie. I love saying that phrase. It's like the best phrase ever. Anyways, we are watching Cobra Kai Season 3, Episode 1, and I am very excited. Last time on Cobra Kai, the season finale was so amazing. It was so good. I don't think the show was so good, and I didn't think the show could get any better, and then the season finale came and it was just, it blew my mind. Kreese has the Cobra Kai dojo now, so that is really exciting but also really scary. Hawk is becoming more villainous by the second, and I love it. Dimitri beat up Hawk, which was awesome. Johnny's lost the dojo. Sam, Miguel's in the hospital. How did I forget that? Miguel is in the hospital. He could be dying. He could die. I don't know if he will or not. This episode's called Aftermath. I'm hoping he doesn't die. This episode is definitely going to deal with the repercussions of what happened in the season 2 finale, so I'm very excited. Robby and Sam are not together anymore, pretty obviously so. Tori, what's she gonna be doing? I don't know. Daniel is just kind of vibing now. I don't know what Daniel's gonna be up to in this season. Daniel and Johnny's relationship, I don't think has gone down the toilet again, has gone down the drain. Episode 9 again of season 2, just like in season 1. Episode 9, they were friends again, and I was so happy. I was like, yes, they're friends, and they're gonna stay friends. Like nothing's gonna break them apart. And then episode 10 rolls around, and they have a fight at the start of the episode. So their relationship has definitely gone downhill again. I want it to come back, and you know who else I want to come back? Allie. She was teased at the end of season 2 as well as in episode 8, I believe, the love episode. I want to see her. If I see her in this show, I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Stand up out of my chair, scream, shout, hooray. I don't know. I would be so excited if she came back, because she's the one character from the Karate Kid movies that has not come back yet that I would really like to come back. Anyways, this show so far has been amazing. Season 1, Season 2 have been spectacular. I know Season 1 and Season 2 were YouTube Red shows. Season 3 became a Netflix show at that point. I think Netflix bought it or something like that. So I'm excited to see if anything changes, because it is now a Netflix show, or if it just stays good old same, which I do not mind. I would like, the first 2 seasons were amazing, so if it stays the same as the first 2 seasons, I'm going to love season 3. Before we start this episode though, if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can go to my Patreon, where I have uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my Cobra Kai reactions and my movie reactions that come out 1 week early. There are also 2 exclusive Patreon movies a month that you guys on Patreon get to choose. Thank you so much if you check it out, and let's get back to the video. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much longer. I'm just very excited to get into this episode. So without further ado, Cobra Kai Season 3, which is really sad because it's the last season, I guess. Season 3, Episode 1, Aftermath.
Moment we've all been waiting for.
What? We're starting with the All Valley?
Face me, bow.
Oh, but it's Kreese karate, isn't it? Miguel's Cobra Kai. And Kreese is the coach, the sensei. It was all a dream. How did I forget that he was in the hospital? I forgot instantly that he was in the hospital.
I thought karate died out in the 80s.
Earlier today.
It's always been a thing, buddy.
He didn't order Coors Light. He ordered Coors Banquet.
Aw, poor Johnny.
I handle this.
This is exactly where he started in the first episode of season 1.
Police are still looking for Robby Keane, who ran away after
And Robby's on the run?
since been expelled. Diaz, meanwhile, remains in a car.
And he was expelled? I guess that makes sense.
You smell like a piece of dog shit took a dump.
Okay, be nice to him. You know how much has gone wrong for him in the 1 episode? Oh my god, they're so dead. Johnny's gonna become like this anti-hero murdering machine. Johnny! Johnny, you have to stop. You cannot do this. And you're so drunk, you cannot You cannot do this right now. Such a bad idea. Okay, so what a start. I assumed Johnny was something like that was gonna happen to Johnny though.
At least they expelled the girl who started the whole thing.
Well, that bitch should be in Shawshank.
Calm down.
She should be in Shawshank? Are you serious?
And I promise, I'm gonna find a way to get us out. Okay?
Yes. Everyone is in a really bad position at the start of this season. Really interesting situations for every character.
It's gonna happen again.
We have a new initiative called Hugs.
Wait, Mr. Stingray's on probation.
Oh, don't get all high and mighty, LaRusso. You're the one who taught these kids that Miyagi crap. It was your...
That Miyagi... Disrespect the name.
Please, everybody.
Daniel's never really been in this situation before, though. I feel like this is kind of new territory for him and his character.
Robby made a mistake. Should mean his life is over.
Tell that to the kid he killed.
Miguel's not dead yet.
The coma usually wins.
2 weeks in a coma. Oh my god. Miguel. Oh. Wow, it's way worse than I thought it was. Oh my gosh, that's deep. Why does she have a massive dictionary in her room when the internet is a thing and you could just search up the dictionary online? I don't think any kids have a dictionary anymore.
Ooh, freshman babes, love the clock.
How are these guys not suspended? Seriously? They were in the fight too.
Hey, Dimitri.
Oh, Dimitri's getting the girls now.
Stop front wedgie.
Oh, she's back. Oh, do you think Kyler's gonna be back? Kyler wasn't in season 2. I hope he's not back, because then I want him to get beat up again.
You didn't hear? After the fight, her parents moved her to a private school.
What? She's not in the show? Oh, the sound. Every time, the sound is just the worst thing ever.
No, and the homeless shelters were a dead end too, so
Hey, boss. Mrs. Boss.
Oh my god. This guy. I hate that guy. After what he did to Johnny's car, never forgive.
Listen, you know I'm not his biggest fan, but he was the first one at our door when Sam got hurt, right? However bad he screwed up, he does care about this family.
Oh, by the way, I bought bagels. But you better haul ass, you're gonna be stuck with the shitty cranberry ones. I didn't even ask for them. I mean, who eats those? So at first
I like
thought it was
cranberry
just a blip on the
bagels.
screen. But no. It's just clear as day.
All right, what am I looking at here?
It's a trading lot. I made a spreadsheet. Those numbers, they don't match up. Chicken fingers, mozzarella sticks, onion rings, Russian dressing. Those little jalapenos.
Okay, I get that you...
Those little jalapenos are so good.
Because he knows we wouldn't notice.
Oh my god. We gotta call the police.
It's easy to live in as well. You're not going to steal like a Mustang and live in it, right? You're going to steal like a van.
You know, not for nothing. If it were me, I would have taken a Ferrari.
Would you?
You can't live in a Ferrari though. You can't live in one. This is like a metaphor for Miguel's stability. If he wins this tournament in his mind, then he comes back. If he loses, he dies. Oh, I love these flashbacks to the finale of season 2. They're really well placed. I don't want to hear the sound again.
Love you, Nikki.
Come on, get up in the tournament. Get up in your mind and beat him. What doctor just leaves their coat in the waiting room? Do people... That doesn't happen, does it? He's in one of those trash cans. He's pretending to be trash because he thinks he himself is trash. Oh, Robby is so smart. What the heck?
Is there anywhere nearby that he could have gone?
There is one place.
What's nearby? Where is it? Is it the dojo? No, it wouldn't be the dojo. Right? Would it?
Sorry.
Instantly knows he's not a doctor. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, yeah. Injuring himself so he can get in. Oh, it was the dojo. It is Miyagi-Do. Okay. I'm a genius, but also not, because I said I don't think it is gonna be. In and out. Never had it. Heard good things about it.
You heard from him?
No, I was just out looking for him. Wait, why aren't you in school?
I just wanted to eat some In and Out.
Cool or tough? I think you're crazy.
I feel like that's true. I feel like that is true.
I'm so guilty.
It's not your fault.
I mean, she did kiss Miguel, but it's not really her fault. It's everyone's fault.
If not for me and Johnny, there wouldn't have been a fight in the first place.
It's Daniel's fault for giving birth to you. I mean, Amanda's fault and Daniel's fault for conceiving you. And then it's your fault for kissing Miguel, and then it's Robby's fault for pushing Miguel over, and it's Tori's fault for starting the fight in the first place. It's everyone's fault.
And I can't run away from mine.
As much as you may want to, you can't. I love Daniel's little Mr. Miyagi talks. They're so good.
Little Ben Gate should take care of that, right?
Oh, wait. Here.
What is that even? What? Like a broken rib or something?
But I failed you.
No, you didn't fail him. Johnny, you didn't fail him. He did the right thing. Come on, Miguel. Win the fight of your mind. Conquer it. Yes.
Never give up. Never give up.
Yes, Miguel. Oh, this is so awesome.
Yeah, let's just leave it.
Oh, man. Kept in there a couple more minutes. Miguel would have been out of the coma, running, doing laps around the hospital. He would have been so hyped after Johnny's speech. Oh, no.
Johnny?
Kreese is gonna be here.
What the hell?
We're closed.
Oh my god.
Guess you know what they say. There's no such thing as a bad student.
Oh, it's the teacher. Oh my god.
That's why I'm not gonna fight you.
Oh, but you will.
Oh my god. Really?
Johnny and I will finish it.
Really? I'm expecting this now. Season finale, Kreese versus Daniel. That would be amazing. I'm expecting the best fight of all time at the end of this season. What the heck? Do you think Daniel still believes that Johnny is in Cobra Kai now as well? Like, that he lied about Kreese leaving and stuff like that in the episode 9 of last season? I don't know why you'd think that someone who knows karate and is super good in a fight is a crazy girl. Like, are you serious? They're so cool.
Bump my head. What do you want?
I went to...
Come on. They're friends now. They're friends now.
I need some sleep.
I got a lead on Robby.
They're gonna be friends? Team up?
But I thought maybe you'd like to help.
Yes! It's like a buddy cop movie with Johnny and Daniel. There he is. Don't like their haircut. Don't like their haircut. He's coming back! I have chills. I have chills.
What do you say?
I didn't expect this team up. It's like the Avengers teaming up. Daniel and Johnny teaming up. That's how excited I am for it. Woo! Yeah, Miguel! Beat that battle in your mind. Come on. Oh, yes!
Fight! Winner!
He's back, baby! Oh, that ended. Oh. Oh, he died? Wait, I'm pausing it here. 1960 till 2019, Cobra Kai never dies. So the actor was actually sick at the time? What? Are you serious? I was so hyped and then that thing came up. So the actor was actually sick at the time, or did he just pass away unexpectedly or something? What? And that was my reaction to Cobra Kai Season 3, Episode 1, Aftermath. One sec. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit so I can just look at kind of the episode in general. Oh my gosh, what an opening to Cobra Kai. What an opening to season 3 of Cobra Kai. And what a good opening for Netflix's season of Cobra Kai. I don't know what I was expecting. I was hoping it would be at least just as good as the seasons 1 and 2 that YouTube did, because YouTube did an amazing job with those first 2 seasons. And going into the Netflix season, I was kind of worried that with maybe a bigger budget attached to it, it would get kind of run down with the budget, get too big for itself, something like that. I know a lot of shows sometimes do that, and sometimes Netflix shows just aren't like the greatest shows. Netflix make great shows, don't get me wrong, but sometimes moving a show from this low budget, restrained budget to a bigger budget can be bad for the show. But this first episode proved me wrong so far. There's still 9 episodes left, but this first episode proved me wrong. They got it so right. The characters feel so right. Everything is just so good. And I couldn't really tell that there was a bigger budget, to be honest with you, if there even was a bigger budget. Maybe there wasn't. I'm just assuming there was a bigger budget because Netflix picked it up. But yeah, that's the only reason I'm assuming there is a bigger budget for season 3. But anyways, what a good episode. This was an episode that kind of punched me down like a bunch of notches. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I feel watching this episode. Every character is in such a bad place at the moment, coming off of season 2, the season 2 finale. And I loved this episode because it really shows the repercussions that these events have. Sometimes in shows, like these big fights, stuff like that, they just kind of get glossed over in the next season. It's like, this happened, but life goes on. But I love that everything that happened at the end of season 2 has such a big effect that life almost stops for every single character. In Miguel's case, his life was almost ended. Like, his life almost stops, literally. But yeah, I love how every character just came to a complete halt, and like all their lives center around this one event that happened in season 2. I don't know, it's just so good, and it's so realistic, and it just makes everything that happens in the show more believable because of it. So I just, like, props to the writing and the producers and stuff for having the guts as well to take these beloved characters, especially Johnny and Daniel. Daniel more so than Johnny, I think, in this case, because Johnny has always had his lows. Daniel has had lows, but never this low before. But props to the writers and everyone working on the show for taking these characters and bringing them back down to earth, not making them seem like these godly characters that they are in everyone's minds, these beautiful, nostalgic, awesome characters, and just beating them into the ground and making them actually struggle, especially Daniel. I think Daniel was my biggest surprise, how much he is struggling and suffering. They put emphasis on when he was at the board meeting and everyone was saying, this is your fault, like, you taught them this karate, Sam was the one kissing all of these boys, stuff like that. And I think this is the first time that Daniel's name has been dragged in the dirt, and Johnny's has definitely been dragged in the dirt a bunch of times, but I don't think it's ever been this bad before. And it kind of hurt to watch this episode, to be honest with you. This to me, if I rewatched this show, this episode would be an episode I would not be looking forward to, only because of how sad I feel while watching the episode, because of how low every character is. But I think also because of how low every character is at the moment, when they start to gain that high again in this season, which usually happens in shows, they get to their lowest lows, which I feel like is right now, and then at the end of the season, maybe they'll get to their highest highs. But those highest highs will feel even higher because of just how well their lowest lows have felt in this episode. Oh my gosh, so good. It's so good. The show is so good. Even when all the characters are suffering, it's so good. The first episodes of seasons are also pretty hard to write, in my opinion, because you have to kind of set up the rest of the season, and then of course this is season 3, so you have to go off of the other seasons as well and continue that storyline, continue that thread, while not making it boring and expository. And I thought this episode did a great job. Obviously there was not a lot of action in this episode, but I do not mind because the character work is so strong again in these shows that dialogue alone works perfectly fine for me. One of my favorite things about this episode was Miguel's conflict in his mind and the tournament that he was having. At the start of the episode, I like in my pre-watching review, I was like, okay, he's in the hospital. And then as soon as the episode started, I forgot that he was in the hospital until like 5 seconds later when it showed him in the hospital. And I was like, oh, they're starting this with an All Valley tournament. That's cool. And then when they showed him in the hospital, I was like, how did I forget he was in the hospital? But I loved that kind of, I guess it wasn't really metaphor. I said metaphor, my reaction. Obviously, it's not a metaphor. It was more like a symbolism of his inner conflict and his struggle to stay alive and that battle between like life and death, basically. The white karate guy, gi karate guy, being the death of Miguel if he loses, right? Then he loses his fight to live. And Miguel being his struggle to live, right? And I loved that conflict and that they made it like a karate tournament. I don't know, I thought that was really interesting and a really cool way to do it. And it works well with the show, considering the show's a karate show. I just really liked that. I thought it was really creative and it was really fun to watch, especially at the end when there was that voiceover and Miguel's fighting and the music's going, and then it ends with him opening his eyes. So good. I'm very glad Miguel is not dead. I didn't think he was going to die because he is such a major character, but there was always the chance he could have. I'm glad he's not dead. I'm really excited for him to get to talk to Johnny again, because I think Johnny will just let out all of his emotions at once. He was doing it sort of when Miguel was in the coma in this episode, which was super cool. And when Johnny lets out his emotions, I get so emotional because you don't see it that often. So when he does, you know it's really personal, really coming from the heart. And I think he is going to be Johnny. I'm so excited to see Miguel alive because I think Johnny is going to be so relieved. And he's like, I don't know, there's so much stuff built up. And when he sees Miguel is all right, well, he's not all right, but like when he's alive at least and he's awake, some of that is going to be let out. And I think it's going to be really emotional, and I'm very excited to watch that. Oh, there's so much to talk about in this episode. The Kree's encounter with Daniel was really, really good. He is such a good villain. I love him. He's one of my favorite villains in recent TV. Maybe in most of TV, to be honest with you. Whenever he's on screen, I get like chills waiting in like anticipation for what he's going to say and what he is going to do. And I'm always nervous because I know he's always planning something, and he's just such a well-written character and a scary character and a creepy character, and he's just so cool. And he brings up that Kreese and Johnny, him and Johnny are going to fight Daniel and finish what was started back in the first Karate Kid movie, right? And then also the third Karate Kid movie. Oh my gosh. If this season ends with a fight between Daniel and Kreese, I would be so happy. And I'm also nervous now, though, that Johnny is going to join Kreese again, because Kreese said, oh, he'll be back. And you know when Kreese says that, he is meaning that to happen. That is going to happen for him. He is going to do anything it takes to get that to happen. So I'm really nervous that Johnny is going to join Cobra Kai again. I'm hoping that Daniel and Johnny team up against Kreese and the other Cobra. No, maybe not the other Cobra Kai, because I kind of like some of them. But Kreese has to fight Daniel in the finale. He set that up in this episode. It has to happen, and I cannot wait to get there. I'm like bubbling in anticipation. Oh my gosh. And I don't think it's going to fail me. The fight's going to let me down either. Or whatever fight happens in the finale, it's not going to let me down, because so far both finales for season 1 and 2 have been spectacular, and I don't know, I've just loved every second of the show. So I know by now the show's not going to let me down. The only reason I was worried about season 3 was because Netflix took it over, but I can tell Netflix has great care in it. Again, I feel like they brought the same people onto the show, same producers, the same writers and stuff like that, and obviously the same actors. So it feels like they're taking good care with the show, and I feel like a lot of people really loved season 3. So very excited to keep watching this show. Did anything else happen in this episode? Oh yeah, Aisha is gone. Is she just out of the show now? Because she wasn't in season 2 almost at all. So were the writers just like, she's not really a character we need anymore, let's leave her? I kind of felt like they were leaving her on the sides, like sidelining her in season 2 to maybe get rid of her in season 3. I feel like they did get rid of her now just because she wasn't really an important character in season 2. Sad to see her go, but I didn't have much of a connection to her because she wasn't in the show all that often. Also, Tori was not in this episode. She was expelled. Will she be back? I hope she is, because I really like Tori. I think she has a lot of flaws and she's sort of a mean person, but that does not mean that she's a bad person. And I really want to see more of Tori, because I wanted to see more of her backstory in season 2, and they didn't really give that to me. They gave snippets here and there about her coming from a, like, bringing up about her being brought up in a poor household, right? And her mother having, like, taking the scraps from the restaurant and giving it to them so they have enough food. That's kind of all we got. So I really want more character development from her, and I'm hoping she comes back later on in this season. And finally, we only got one shot of Robby in this episode. I don't like his haircut, by the way. I think his haircut is not the greatest haircut in the world, but I'm excited to see what happens with him and the Daniel Johnny team up. Oh, I'm so excited for the Daniel Johnny team up. It's like them teaming up is like the Avengers teaming up for me. It's just like, I know it's only 2 people and not like a million characters, but they're characters that I've always wanted to team up together and they never get to. And so season 3, I feel like they're going to. They may not like spending time together. They may like spending time together. At this moment in time, they're both very beaten down. So I don't know how well it's going to go. I hope it goes well, because I want them to stay together forever as friends. So excited for this. So excited to see what happens between them as well. And I hope they find Robby. I hope Johnny gets a moment with Robby. I hope Daniel gets a moment with Robby. There's a lot of emotional potential that this season has, and I hope it delivers. I feel like it will. I have faith that it will, but I still hope that it will. You know what I mean? Anyways, that is my reaction for season 3, episode 1 of Cobra Kai. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to these beautiful, wonderful people right here for supporting me. Thank you so much. Huxley is here as well, and she also says a big thank you, even though her back is turned to the camera. She says thank you as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my reaction and for listening to my review. If you made it this far, it means a lot for you to be listening to me talk and talk and talk. And yeah, I will see you next time for my next Cobra Kai reaction. Season 3, Episode 2, Nature versus Nurture.